So as a network marketer, you're going to be more on the entrepreneurial side of the population, right? Higher than average in entrepreneurship. So chances are you have a bunch of different options open to you, right? Different methods that you could choose to build your business, which is the best. Different opportunities, different businesses. Maybe you want to use affiliate sales. Should you be coaching? Should you be using multiple MLMs, right? All these different opportunities, it's difficult to know which one you should focus on to give you the very best chance of results and enjoy the type of business that you're building. Let me give you some great solid advice based from me doing this in the actual field and teaching many other people to do the same in this very video. Let's just get straight to it. I don't like to mix my words up. So what I would say number one is, a great exercise to do is to envisage what your perfect day would be. Think about maybe a year from now, if I was to say this year's been successful because, what would you have to say, yes, it has, and give me a whole bunch of things? Like, it's successful because I wake up and I'm in this property, I'm driving this car, I'm giving to charity, I'm earning this much per month. You know, I can build it in 3 or 4 hours a day. It's all online, or I'm respected from my peers and my family. You know, whatever it may be, right? You're going to be able to think about the perfect day, what that would be for you. So straight away, you can look at these different opportunities and different methods, and you can discount some because they're not congruent with that perfect day. I'll use myself as an example to help you work through this for yourself. So for me, I like to build my business between the hours that I drop my daughter off from school and pick her up again in the afternoon. I don't work evenings, I don't work weekends. That's what I like to do. I like to use content. I like to put things like this video out there that drives people to sales funnels, which then sell my products and services for me. I don't want to do one-on-one calls. I don't like doing that type of stuff, and I don't want to be working long hours. So I've had people turn around to me and say, Richard, you know, you could probably make some more money if you opened up a way that you could do sales calls with people. You do 4 or 5 sales calls a day, you're probably going to convert people, you could sell them a higher priced package or whatever, and then you could coach those people or whatever, one-on-one, that type of thing. I'm like, that doesn't gel with me. That's not an opportunity to me because that would make me unhappy. And at the end of the day, regardless of how much money somebody has in their pocket, if they're miserable, nothing can buy that happiness, right? I'm happy with the money I'm making, how it's growing, how my business is, my lifestyle is, so no thank you. So you can do the same. If someone is saying, well, you should be on Facebook all day, every day, spending 6 hours a day on there, and you now say, I only want to work 3 hours, well, that method isn't going to be for you. If you're saying, I can't stand being in front of the camera, but you're upline saying you've got to use YouTube, well, that method's not going to be for you, right? If someone is saying you should be a coach, not a network marketer, and you really can't stand the idea of one-on-one phone calls and one-on-one coaching, it's not going to be for you. So all of those scenarios, you eventually would sabotage yourself because you're blooming miserable and you would quit it anyway. So what's the point in wasting the time up to that point? That's number one. Number two, once we've discounted and swept away the ones that aren't congruent with what you're willing to give to achieve that perfect day, now we can start to look at what is the smartest project to begin with. Because nothing's stopping you building a network marketing business and building other businesses around that. There's nothing stopping you doing that. Nothing's stopping you building a YouTube channel and then introducing a podcast. But you want to focus on one at a time so you're able to gain some clarity. So take a look and analyze what it is that you're going to be doing. Where do you really feel is going to get your biggest return of investment? For example, when I first started doing network marketing, I realized that network marketing was only going to be a residual model. Like the only thing that I could gain was a monthly income, and that was going to grow fairly slowly. So I was like, I'm coaching my team. How about if other network marketers wanted me to coach them too? So now instead of me having to just sign people up and get maybe a $50 commission, I'm able to now sign people up and say, I can coach you for a $1,000 4 coaching session package or whatever it was back then. So I was able to do that. And I was like, you know what? Instead of me just building my network marketing business, let me get some coaching people in. That's going to get me money quicker. And then probably some of those coaching clients, now I have rapport with them, may want to join my team. And they did. So I straight away switched around those opportunities from analyzing where is the biggest ROI in terms of my financial commitment for the effort that I'm giving, right? You can do the same. And then once you've got that order, what's the best ROI? Where do you get the most commissions? What do you enjoy the most? You can now put them in your diary so you have a date. So what I suggest that you do is say, okay, if you want to go, you say YouTube is going to get me the most reach, it's going to get me the most bang for my buck. Okay, so let's make the next 28 days only about you building via YouTube. Put it in your diary. On this date to this date, we're going to have these criteria fulfilled. YouTube channel, cover photo, my first 20 videos. I'm going to look for this many views. I'm going to promote on my social media channels. I'm going to buy another camera. Whatever it may be, right? You can have all these points, treat it as a project, and put it in your diary. Now you've got the ball rolling, and maybe you're in the scenario of like, I'm making 2 videos a week. I'm used to it after the first 28 days. You may say, I want to now do the podcast project. I'm going to start taking the audio from that YouTube video and setting up my podcast channel. Or I may now, I've got my coaching people in, I may start looking at converting them into network marketing. You can put these projects in your diary until you find yourself in some kind of daily method of operation where you find the mix that you're happy with. Because you segmented them, you'll give them the focus they deserve, you can build momentum in each of them, and then you'll truly understand what it takes to maintain them and not get distracted. So for example, again, final thing I would give you using myself, I've realized and settled into creating about 3 YouTube videos a week, 4 podcasts a week, publishing those to social media, emailing my list twice a week, retargeting using Facebook, promoting my YouTube videos using Google Ads. That's what I've settled into with my content routine. And I also take my audios and use that on a podcast. So that's what I do to build my business. I'm happy with that. I have other projects that I may filter in now and again to redo my products or redo my sales funnel. I'm always progressing with my skill set, that type of thing. But in terms of like a daily method of operation, I have those fundamentals, and each of those at one time were a separate project. And it took that separation to allow me to fully understand and commit to what it was going to take to get results. Hopefully that's helped you, right? Design your perfect day, discount the methods that aren't going to work for you or the business that aren't going to work and fit in with that. Take a look where the biggest ROI is, stick them in your diary, work through these projects one by one. When you've worked through them, see how you can effectively gel them together and settle into the best routine that is now very, very clear for you. Hopefully that was useful and good advice for you. If you like my training, you can go to www.authoritynetworker.com/YouTube. It's on the screen. I'll stick it in the comments and the first probably description area as well. I'm looking at the postman. If you see me looking off the camera, we just put a fence up. And I realised that it's quite awkward for them to get the post into our old post box. So I'm going to have to buy a new post box. I can see him kind of struggling trying to get the post into our post box. So that's something on my to-do list. That's going to be one of my projects. As if you see my eyes going off the camera and watch him trying to weave the post through the picket fence. Anyway, I'll see you on that web class if you make it. Go and create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. If you're a subscriber, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.